Yeah. Everyone, hold on. I'm just making sure everything works. It looks like we were having a lot of technical difficulties. I don't think you guys are surprised. That should be the name of our new channel. So we realized that the recording didn't record the first part. So we'll find out if it's recording now. So I'll go ahead up in the other room and check so you guys can talk.
Hello, my name is Mike. I'm your DM for the night, as I always am on Fallen Dragons. I'm here with my players, Melody, Tina will be back soon, Patrick, Dusty, and our new player, Josh, who you will get to know in this half of the episode. The part that didn't record was the group was enjoying the Solstice Festival and the Shadowfell as they were at the end of last episode. At the conclusion of the festival, a state dinner was laid out to announce the alliance between the dragons and Esma's home island. Much partying, much food, a lot of lobster vodka. In fact, way too much lobster vodka. And they all ended up seriously passing out. And the next morning, seriously hungover after some grumbling, some breakfast, and setting up the final details with the dragons, they headed off out of Gornish to go back to the prime material plane to give the wizard who employed them the shell of the dragon egg, because the baby had been born during the festival. And they're hoping that the shell will be enough for the wizard and all will go well. This is where we'll pick up the group finds the portal area right in front of the gates of Gornish, and they all teleport back to the mausoleum in the cemetery in Erd. Only not all goes well. Enya and Esma are fine. Smite and Gem, however, are not. Gem is mysteriously unconscious for some reason. And
Not the first time I've been mysteriously unconscious.
You played that really well, by the way. But Smite is more than unconscious. Smite disappears completely.
I hope Smite's okay.
Wonder where she went to.
And after Esma goes and checks to make sure they didn't leave her back in the Shadowfell, which they didn't, while the rest of the party is trying to figure out what to do and healing Jim, we move to Smite.
What?
All of a sudden, you land with a thud on your back.
Oof.
And the front of your mind doesn't recognize this place. You're not where you were before. So what do you do?
Me?
What does Smite do?
Oh. Oh, geez. I look around and hazily try to recall that crazy dream that I had, but like I'm still pretty hungover.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I'm here. Not sure where that is. So I think I should go pick a direction and head that way.
As you do that, as you get yourself up, you are standing beside a river, which you do hazily recall from your dream. And as you look across, you see a dark panther-like creature standing in the middle of the river. It looks at you and sprints off to your right. At which point, a bird lands on your shoulder. You remember from your dream that you thought you saw a bird. Um, this time, you're sure you did because it lands on your shoulder.
Well, I don't know if this is a good sign or a bad sign. Hello, bird.
Hello.
Well, of course you talk. Do you happen to know what this place is called?
He thinks for a second. Why, everybody here knows that this is Limbo.
That checks out. That definitely checks out. Well, thank you. So it being Limbo, not sure if there's anywhere to go, really, is there?
Uh, you were called for.
Of course.
You were meant to come here.
Of course. Of course. Well, you know why?
You're the one that had the dream.
Yeah. Too much lobster liquor.
At this point, you turn your head to look at the river again, and it's desert. There's no trace of river anywhere.
I like a good trip, but this is a little much. Well, I'm here for a reason, like you said.
Yep.
So even if I went somewhere, it would probably change into something else. So like I said, I'm just gonna pick a direction and go there.
So which direction do you pick?
That way.
Yeah. So
North, south, east, and west don't really exist, right? I mean, it all changes.
yeah. So
I'm probably just gonna end up in a circle anyway.
you head off to your left, down what used to be a river. Yeah.
Everything I see, like when I look the other way and look back again, it's different.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty disoriented.
So you start heading off to your left. And while you're walking down this desert path, it curves to the north. But just after the curve, it changes from a desert path to grassland, almost prairie type. And you see in the distance a mountain that, at least at this point, looks like an actual mountain.
It's probably gonna turn into an ocean soon, but I'm drawn to it.
So, well, Smite is heading toward this mountain in the distance. What was the rest of the group doing?
I'm assuming Esma already checked the Shadowfell and realized that
Right.
she wasn't there.
You've been, you've been there and back.
Can I do a perception check, Mike?
For what?
See if there's anything going on, anything, weird that could give us a hint of where she went.
You can try.
Okay, let's
Not
try.
there.
Let's try. If not, then we'll gotta talk to a wizard or something to figure out what happened.
You're all still standing in the mausoleum at this point.
Okay.
I hope they just go get that gold.
I know.
So,
But
Yeah,
Esma loves Smite, so she's trying to figure out what happened to her.
we have a special bond.
This portal doesn't have any like staff or attendants or.
no,
There's slime.
there's
Are you guys using unregistered portals?
there's no bathroom attendant in this mausoleum. No.
Pretty sure there's regulations against this.
So
We're
Esma,
standing at least.
There
As
was
well-
a tenant. It was a gob of glue. Well, I can't even say the word. Lump. And we killed it.
we did. So Esma looked around and didn't find anything. I mean, she got a natural one, so I'm assuming she didn't find anything. So it's a 3.
She's still disoriented from going to the Shadowfell, back to the prime material plane, back to the Shadowfell and back.
So I guess Esma says, I can't find anything. Do we want to get our goal to the we don't die and then maybe talk to the wizard to see what he knows?
Yeah, we should talk to the wizard about magic portals, probably.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
So you guys start walking through the cemetery, hoping to find Konos and hoping that the eggshell that you have in your bag of holding will be enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
I paint the scene of Smite disappearing. Her final moments.
Esma
She
grabs.
was brutally vaporized by the portal.
You're painting as you're walking, huh?
It's probably just a dexterity check or something.
Esma grabs her lute and starts playing a sad song with Smite.
Aw.
There are, you don't know it yet, but they're already starting to plan your funeral.
Oh,
Without a body. Without a body.
the way
And
I
how to
roll
spend
it
her
makes
share of the
sense.
treasure.
Well, that's fair. I would do the same.
So,
Can we get me a
Well-
jet ski?
I don't even know what that would be in D&D.
It's doable. The wizard will know.
You could ski on the back of a stingray or something. I don't know. Probably
I'm
would.
just-
Probably wouldn't be real happy about it though.
Summon the right archon and you can conjure up a jet ski.
So, while they're looking for Kronos, you continue toward the mountain. And every 10 to 15 minutes, the terrain you're walking through changes.
Well, at least the mountain is still there.
That is true. That's the one thing that's held steady.
Oh, I must be headed in the right direction.
Right now, you are walking over jagged, rocky terrain, and the sky above you is purple.
Ooh, purple sky.
So,
Mm,
fact, give me a dex check
great.
to continue. to see if you can continue through this terrain.
Oh, nat 20
Amazing.
for once. Well, it's not during combat or anything, so
Of
yeah,
course
I'm
not.
just walking in rocks. At
Of,
least I didn't twist my ankle.
of course not. Yeah. You can't roll that well during combat. There's laws against it.
Yep.
But you walk through those rocks so good.
Yeah.
So very good.
You were a rock
running through the
you
rocks.
were a rock climber in a previous life. You have no problem with it.
The horns are similar to sheep horns.
Yeah, you wonder if there's mountain goat in your family history at some point.
Some demons have the cloven hoof thing going on.
So,
Yes, I have mountain goat in my history. I'm part mountain goat.
so you continue, and as you get closer and closer to the mountain, it gets bigger and bigger, as it naturally would as you get closer to
It's mountains for you.
it. The other thing you find strange is that you don't sense any time going by.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's just being hungover or where I am or both.
It's the tentacles.
Tentacle hangovers are the best.
Well, no. It was the tentacles combined with the lobster vodka that did it.
Those tentacles just warped your sense of time.
Plus, you weren't really meant to go between planes that easily.
Mm,
But
Just my luck.
Planar travel without a capsule's a bitch.
no map or anything. Yeah. So as you finally get to the base of this mountain, you see maybe a good 30 feet off the ground, you see the entrance to a cave.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
There's a door, go through it.
So do you climb up to try and get into this cave?
Of course I do. I mean, yeah, it'll probably turn into a rainforest in a bit. So I'm gonna check it out.
Actually, the mountain's the only thing that hasn't changed since you've been here.
Well,
Give me a dex check combined with athletics.
okay.
So that means you add both your bonuses.
Oh, I got an 8 altogether. I rolled a 4.
You're having, after all this walking, you're having serious difficulty climbing up to this cave.
Yeah, that's it.
Plus, you try to get any distance off the ground, and because of the hangover, your head sort of swirls a bit.
Hmm.
So while you're figuring out how to get up to this cave, we go back to the other group who's walking through the cemetery. And as you found him the first time, sitting on top of the largest mausoleum in the cemetery, next to the cemetery gate, is Konos. He says, you made it back. I wasn't sure if you were going to survive that one.
We did.
No, thanks to, well, actually, thanks to the money you sent us, it really came in handy.
So, what do you have for me?
We've got the egg. Esma, show
Kinda.
it.
Well, we kind of got it.
Kind of.
We
well-
got the whole egg.
By the time that we found it, it had already hatched. But we knew that you wanted the egg, so we got the ending pieces of the eggs, you know, the shell. So hopefully you could use something with it.
He looks up with a not quite angry, but very exasperated look on his face.
Next.
What I needed the egg for was the baby dragon.
Well, you should have been more specific. I'm sorry. We would.
Well, dragon eggs only hatch once every 1,000 years. I didn't know we were up against the timeline.
Obviously, you didn't keep track of how long ago that was hatched.
So unfortunately, it already hatched by the time we got there. So the only thing we could do to help you is get the egg remnants. And while we're doing this, Esma is playing with the lute, so that gives extra persuasion.
And he turns to the cleric that just said that and goes, if you haven't noticed, I'm not quite 1,000 years old, so
Oh, you're not.
no.
You look great.
I am in fact, however, strong enough to blast you into whatever plane I choose.
Oh no.
Hey, it's not our fault that the egg hatched.
I don't know these people.
Okay, mister.
And Esma is putting heavy persuasion and with her music to try to make him, relaxed and calm and accepting it.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Nat 20 plus 2, 22.
Oh, good job.
No, I'm lying. Plus 4 plus 2, because I have playing the lute. So that makes that 24, 26. I love the lute. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Okay. He calms down a bit.
I'm going to keep this dice tonight.
He shakes his head. Who's in charge of this group?
Well, she's missing.
We're a democracy.
Smite is our resident leader, and she's not here.
Yeah, she kind of disappeared when we came back through.
Wait, no one told me she was in charge.
No, I'm the resident mommy.
Yes. And Wish Daddy is the resident daddy.
I see.
The wizard goes, yeah, using portals for planar travel can be a bit iffy sometimes.
How do we get someone who's disappeared from it?
She could be anywhere then. That's not good.
Well, are you able to use these shells at all for anything?
I can't use it for what I was intending to use it for, but a dragon egg shell is always useful for something. It does have remnants of dragon magic in it.
So how about we give you the shells and the money you gave us then already we'll call it even. So you don't pay us the full amount. You just already gave us a good amount, and we'll call it even.
That works for me, I guess.
Also, the dragons did not find out you wanted to kidnap their baby. So that's good news.
Yeah, that's helpful in the long run. Yeah.
So then Esma says, thank you.
Hold it. When these went in, when we made this agreement, you weren't even there. Where did you come from?
Oh, I was there painting the castle. Long story.
He helped us a lot with getting the egg remnants for you. So
I think I'm going to be careful about the parties I enlist from now on. And he takes the dragon eggshell, puts it under his cloak, and disappears.
So we should go and get something to get us to go to visit Smite, right? So should we go to that wizard? What's the name of it, Mike? The store where we get all our potions and stuff.
Tyndall's
Oh,
terrific
Tyndall,
treasures or
yeah.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's have a-
Tyndall's. Yeah.
Let's head to Tyndall's. He might be able to give us something to help Smite.
Or help us find Smite. One of the two.
So
Plus, I
Well,
need my necklace back.
while you guys go and do that,
My intuition, it tells me she's gone somewhere else.
Me
You know
too.
that.
So Esma starts playing a song about how Smite is gone and how sad she is, and she hopes that she'll find her one day.
give me a Smite, give me a perception check.
I got an 11 plus I got an 11 plus 0, so that's 11. It's better than -1.
You realize that somewhere in your backpack you have rope.
Oh, yeah. How could I have forgotten?
The hangover fog cleared just long enough for you to remember you have rope in your pack.
That's good news.
Excuse me.
I pull out the rope and make a little loopy and try and catch it on a rock so I can get into the cave. Also, if I get in the cave, I probably want to get out.
So give me an athletics check to make sure you can do that.
I missed. I
What
got
did
a 9.
the way you roll, I'm surprised Smite's still alive.
I'm telling you. And these are the good dice.
It's all the potions that I've been buying for Esma's hangovers.
So your rope toss didn't catch on anything. How do you want to proceed?
Well, if I'm not meant to get into the cave, I'm not meant to get into the cave. The mountain's still here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna maybe try and find a path on the mountain. At least I'll get a nice hike in.
Give me another perception check.
It was like on 20 and then it tipped to 8.
Ooh, and a 0. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, you as you were looking around trying to tie off your rope, you did notice what looked like a partially covered, very thin path headed up the side.
I'm out of options here. I'm gonna head that way.
After walking for a bit, you come to a cave entrance. It's not the
Mhm.
it's not the one you were trying to climb. It's another one.
That's fine.
What do you do?
I'm gonna attempt to go in there, but I also want to tie the rope so I don't get lost if I make it.
You can do it, Smite. You can do it.
So
So-
I
Mike,
find like a little tree or something. Yeah, I find a little tree and tie my rope. It's only what, 50 feet of rope, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get too far, but that's fine. I mean, I
You
have a
don't
torch, but
you
I'm
don't
not-
know how deep the cave is anyway.
yeah, I'm not trying to not come back. What a way to go. I died in a hole.
If you die, at least you died in one piece in a hole.
That's fair.
Um, so you enter this cave. Um, it's dark. There's just enough light to see slightly in front of you. It's wet and damp. You're not sure where the water's coming from.
Well, I mean, there's probably brain-eating amoebas in here, but I'm pretty thirsty.
Uh, you walk for a few minutes. Then you start hearing what, for all intents and purposes, sounds like breathing.
That's kind of scary. So let me look at my. I have detect magic, so I'm gonna cast that. Whoop.
You cast it. You see you see the energy leave your fingers, and then you see it fizzle out. Meh. Uh, you keep walking a bit, almost to the end of your rope. You can feel the rope starting to get a little tighter.
Well,
Give me another perception check. Actually, give me an investigation check.
oh, I got a 12. I got an 8 plus 4.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
To your left, huddled in a little alcove, holding on to a rock, Josh tell us what she sees?
She sees a man in a red cloak. Blonde hair, blue eyes, pale peach skin. He's holding a lute in his hand that isn't holding the rock. And just slowly breathing, trying to make sense of the world.
So
So I have dark vision, and I'm like kind of squint, like maybe I'm not seeing right. You know, I just had a chat with a talking bird. Are you a real?
I hope so.
Oh, is this your house?
No, this is a cave.
Okay. You know, I'm not, no judgments. It's very nice. What is your name?
Blaze, I think.
Place?
as far as you can remember at this point.
That works. Sweet loot you got there. I am Smite. Can I ask you, like, how did you get here?
I was performing and I cast a spell. And then I was here, well, somewhere around here. I don't really know where here is, but it's horrible.
Yeah, here is here. Well, are you from the Prime, or
The what?
are you from the Prime Material Plane? Because I heard this is Limbo.
Well, that explains a lot. I would suppose I'm from the prime material plane. I haven't been to any other planes except this one.
Sure. Well, a little bird told me this was Limbo, so yeah. You seem maybe more lost than I am, but yeah, happen to know how to get back.
I suppose we could try casting illusion spells until something else happened, but it might just take us to a worse place.
Sounds risky. Yeah. However you got here, I don't quite trust your spell casting abilities right now. But well, I mean, obviously the way back isn't in this cave, or you would have been back.
That
Well,
makes sense.
yeah. You wanna come for a hike? We'll climb up the mountain? I mean, it's a nice cave.
Let's go.
So I hand him the end of my rope, and because he doesn't have dark vision, right?
No,
So
you're a human,
that.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Just as you do that, you hear a low guttural but loud growl coming from the left of where you're standing.
yeah, so right. Let's get out of here.
So, what do?
We're gonna leave.
Yeah,
Run away.
Okay.
running is always a good plan.
It's my favorite plan.
So true.
So the two of you run out of the cave as quickly as possible.
Well, did we make it?
Yeah, but just as you reach out the point where you tied your rope off, a large claw covered by solid black hair claws out the entrance of the cave and barely misses both of you.
Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably not the way home. Does it follow us out of the cave or does it stay in the cave?
When it doesn't hit anything, its arm retracts back into the cave. You know, home, lunch, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's, yeah.
Either way, I'm probably gonna end up dead, so.
So the two of you start hiking up the mountain. And while you guys are trying to get to the top, we go back to the rest of the party.
Dun dun dun.
Who is making their way to their favorite magic shop, Tyndall's Tremendous Treasures.
Tyndall is tits, I'm just saying. All the things. All the things.
Yeah. So you guys knock on the door, as always. It opens by itself.
Smart door.
Very
As
smart
usual.
door.
Oh, wait till you get inside though.
You walk in the door. The door closes behind you by itself. The house band is playing, as it always is at Tyndall's. But it's actually a bit chillier in here than it was outside. There's a bit of a breeze blowing through a small grove of trees that are covered with orange and brown leaves.
Indoor trees.
They're so
And,
beautiful.
and
Snows in here too.
there's you hear the noises of squirrels and other small animals in the grove. And actually, Patrick, Jim feels something hard hit on the top of his head. And you notice an acorn fall. And you look up, and apparently a squirrel decided to throw an acorn at you from the top of one of the trees.
I
And
give the squirrel the stink eye, and I pick up the nut and I put it in my pocket.
and you see around the edges of the grove, you see various fall vegetables. There's a pumpkin, there's a squash. Yeah. Tyndall has obviously decorated for fall and inside his shop for now. And he sees your group and goes, hello. It's been quite some time.
It has.
What have you
Too
been
long.
what have you been up to?
Well, we finished the job that we came here for. Turns out we didn't really need the bottles of resistance against the dead. We did need some of the healing potions, but that's just because we got drunk a lot. Turned out the map of the Shadowfell was a toss-up, didn't help us at all.
Yeah.
And the cloak, it went poof, no magic, and then we had to get magic on it. But I'm writing it all in my story, so it's going to be a best-selling book. So
Best selling, best illustrated.
yes, we're going to have
gonna hook
illustrations
you
too.
up.
Yes.
He stops and looks and says, hold it. I don't know him,
Oh, I'm cool.
but one of the other members of your party that I do know isn't with you.
Oh, that's also the thing that happened. She disappeared, so we're going to try to find her. But we need supplies and we need your help. And I want my necklace back. So here's the gold. And she puts the gold on the thing.
He picks up the gold, puts it in the box, closes the box, goes to another box under the counter, opens it, and hands you your necklace.
Awesome. I'm going to put back that I got my necklace.
So, where did you collect him from?
The dungeon.
As you do.
Being humanitarians these days, are you?
Oh, he's such a good looking guy.
Kendall shakes his head and goes, only thing romance is good for is to get you into trouble.
So true. So true.
Trouble's my middle name.
That is.
He says
Same Trouble Sorrow Song.
he says somehow I could have guessed that. What is it you need from me this day?
Do you know how? So we left the Shadowfell and Smite, the one that she's such a sweet person, a tiefling. And so I want to get her back. How do we get her? She just pooped and went away.
Well, there are potions of planar travel. There are spells of planar travel. But
Which one can we get back the easiest?
I mean, we could just summon her. Isn't she a demon or something?
Half demon.
Okay, I was going to say planar travel by spell or by potion is risky. Your idea makes those two look simple.
Well, we don't want to grab a wrong demon and then we have to fight this demon. So maybe we should go to the plane.
Well, so even if you did summon your friend, it may rip her in half. If you're okay with that.
No,
Yeah.
don't worry, burn half.
No, I love Smite. Let's not do that.
And you don't really know which half you get, so.
Probably the demon half. If we're summoning demons, we'll probably get the demon half.
Well, no, I meant upper or lower half, as in physically in half.
Oh.
Well, if it was the horns, I would make something beautiful to remind me of her. But
Some earrings.
Uh,
Yeah.
The head with the
A
horns. Yeah.
headdress.
We have a cleric. She can just heal it.
Yeah, I'm not high enough level to heal that.
You have to take like double your hit points and negative hit points to die, right? You'll be
Right.
fine.
She'll be fine.
torn in half by a demon summoning spell, you'd probably lose more hit points than that. Oh,
So we did get a lot of gold. How much do we need for the potions?
Or is there an easier way besides spells and potions?
planar travel? Only if you went through the city of doors.
Where's that?
Yeah, where's that at?
Well, that's on another plane too. In fact, that's on a plane all its own. And it's just that it's a city that has doors in it to every other plane of existence.
And does it mark which plane you're going to?
If you know what the symbols are,
Oh, we need to say symbols.
I wouldn't want to do that one. Although I can read anything, I have that spell. Let's just go straight, clear potion that will take us to Smite.
It all sounds risky.
Okay, so potions to get us to Spite. How do we get back from this plane?
We grab more than one potion. We get all one for all of us to go, and then enough for us to get Smite back.
excuse me. Do you know which plane you need to go to?
Nope.
Nope.
All we
Me
did was
neither.
come back from the Shadowfold, and when we got back, she was gone.
Okay, how in the world can you pick a planar travel potion when you don't know which plane you're going to?
So, is there any way that we can find out what plane she went to?
Do you have anything that belongs to her?
Well,
I'm sure
we do.
They have holding.
No, that's ours. I mean, it is hers, but I would say the thing that we have of hers would be the cloak, because that was her cloak. Oh, we also have her daggers too.
Yeah.
So, whichever one. Daggers or cloak, whichever one you want. Because she got 2 new daggers on one of the rounds, and she put the rest in the bags of clothing of holding. So we have 2 of her old daggers, the cloak, or she actually bought. She's the one who got the one for the ice cream. So we have the thing that's for the ice cream. Container for the ice cream. So Esma just grabs everything
We only use a dagger or the cloak, not use the ice cream.
So Esma grabs everything that was a Smites and says, well, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, whatever you want.
Just not the
Well,
ice cream thing.
One of them will do.
As long as we get them back, you can use any of these. If not, let's keep the ice cream and the cloak because that's super expensive.
Daggers can be rude.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to damage any of them.
Okay, whichever one you want then.
Yeah, whatever then.
He goes over to a corner shelf, pulls a bottle with a cloudy black liquid in it, comes over and pours it on. Couple of drops onto the dagger that you had. And you all see a picture in front of you. But that picture rapidly changes until you see a mountain with a cave.
Quick, right, draw it before it disappears. I'm not a
You
very good
s-
artist.
You see the arm of the creature stick out of the cave, and you see Smite and this other person
I paint a picture of the scene.
Thank
climbing
you.
climbing up the mountain. And Tyndall says, there's only one plane that I know of where scenes change that quickly.
Where?
Your friend is stuck in the plane of limbo.
Not Limbo.
How in the hell did she get there?
Who knows?
The dance?
Add roll.
She just wanted to find out how low she could go.
I guess she likes the song. Okay. Well, can we get a potion for that?
A potion to get back home?
A couple of potions just in case we get lost.
He goes over to his rack of potions, shuffles through them a little, picks up 2 identical bottles and sets them on the counter. One will get you there, one will get you back.
How do we know which one's which?
They're both the same.
Okay.
How many can it be given? You know, is it for one person or is it enough for all of us? Or
If each of you take a sip, that'll be sufficient.
okay. We'll take both.
Um, that'll be 100 gold for both.
All right, 200 gold.
No, 100 for
Oh, total. Okay.
not 100 each, 100 for both.
Okay, awesome.
Now, does that make us broke?
We got a lot of money from the dragons.
Dragons have no idea how much things are worth.
Yeah, we got a lot of gold.
They're excellent hosts.
And then also we got more money from the wizard because we asked for more and he gave us more. So he gave us more money than what was the initial job. So that's always good, right?
Plus, you fucks up the job.
Hey, my loot saved us.
Technically fulfilled the contract.
We did. So Esma says, let's go. Bottoms up. And she-
Technically fulfilling is my favorite kind of fulfilling.
So you're all gonna take this potion in the middle of his shop and disappear from the middle of Tyndall's shop, right?
Yeah, because we got a scraper. We saw the talon.
You haven't seen Wish Daddy yet.
I know.
Tyndall, you gotta close the blinds on your shop all cool so it does the special effect.
That's how much she loves Smite. She'd rather save Smite than see Wish Daddy.
Aw.
She wasn't really getting anywhere with him anyway.
Exactly.
So
Sadly, so true.
I brace myself and then drink the potion.
Mm-hmm. And we're waiting to see what horrors Mike's gonna give us.
but what's seemed like instantly, but what actually took about 5 minutes. The group of you find yourself hanging upside down in a tree by a river.
Okay.
Ah, this tree is in our way.
In your way.
So Asma swings up so that she could grab whatever is hanging her and she could cut it with
You're
the
not,
knife.
you're not hanging by a rope.
Oh, what are we hanging by?
You're hanging by your feet from the tree.
Oh, so we're on the tree?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You landed upside down in a tree.
Okay.
Reach up, grab the branch, unhook my feet, and jump down.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics. 10 plus 2.
You attempt this. This is not an ability you normally use. Being of the cleric persuasion.
Yeah, I'm not normally upside down in a tree.
You land on your feet, or at least momentarily. Then you fall. Then you fall backwards and land on your butt.
I sit there for a few minutes and wait for the others to get down before I get up.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
I need athletics checks from the two of you.
Okay.
Unless you're just gonna hang there in the tree for a while.
No, what Asma's gonna do is she goes into her bag, grabs the rope, swings up, ties the rope on it, holds on to the rope and gets her feet off, and then she shimmies down.
Give me an acrobatics check for that.
Awesome, my acrobatics is good.
Uh-huh.
I got a 14 plus 6, 20.
Yay.
You actually pull that off.
I guess they do a flip down.
The moment the both of you think you're about to safely hit the ground, the tree's not there anymore.
Oh no.
Cool.
So the rope lands before Esma does. Patrick is in mid-flip when the tree disappears.
I got a 15.
You do the flip just fine. The second you let go, the tree disappears.
That's okay, because we're not landing on the tree. We're landing on the ground, so it doesn't matter if it disappears. Except for me shimmering down.
Yeah, he lands fine. You suddenly don't have anything to shimmy down on anymore because the rope lands before you do.
So can I land on my feet since I'm good at acrobatics?
You land on your feet, but with the concussion to your knees, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
Darn phantom trees.
Ouch.
At which point you look again, and now standing where that tree was, there's a creature that looks like a very large black panther with 3 separate tails.
Ezra casts Animal Friendship.
The minute you cast it, the panther disappears.
This is cool.
Now you're looking at a river.
Awesome.
And beyond that river, at the edge of your sight, is a mountain.
Oh, I bet you that's the mountain.
Jim, you drew the picture. Is that the mountain we saw?
It looks like the same one from the spell. I
Okay.
might show him the picture.
It is the same one.
I was like, we should hurry. I think Smite's in trouble.
As they're heading toward the mountain, Smite and Blaze are still climbing up the mountain.
I kind of wonder if we get to a good vantage point. If when we look out, we'll see things changing. This would be a fun place to do acid.
Until the claws come.
Yeah.
Well, at least when you died, you wouldn't notice.
You wouldn't know if it's the trip or
Until you came down again, and then it would hurt after. But you do get to the top, and that's exactly what you do see.
Wow.
You see things changing on a fairly rapid basis. And they're changing into random objects that aren't related to each other. You see another one of the Black Panther creatures, Mike. Then you see it just melt, literally melt and disappear.
If they didn't know that I didn't have something, I would think I had something.
This is the strangest place you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The Shadowfell seems normal and chilled compared to this place. But as you're sitting at the top of the mountain, just sort of leisurely watching things, you hear a very deep rumble.
Oh no.
Deep enough that the mountain itself shakes.
Yikes. Is this mountain alive?
You don't know one way or the other.
I was
What do you-
thinking we should stab the floor of that cave.
What did the two of you do?
I wonder if this is a Star Wars moment.
Well, please, what do you think we should do?
Is there anything nearby to tie ourselves to so that if this does start moving, we don't get knocked off the top of a mountain?
There's a couple of pretty substantial boulders, but if the mountain starts moving, the best you can hope for is to be probably dangling 50 feet.
Great.
Because if if the mountain itself starts moving.
Dangling 50 feet beats falling 50 feet,
Yeah.
or 100 feet, or 1,000 feet.
Uh,
So,
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a substantial mountain. You would fall thousands of feet if you fell.
Psst, that's nothing.
Oh,
We climbed pretty fast.
Hmm.
Time doesn't exist though, so who knows?
Yeah.
time is a flat illusion.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite constructs about game.
Above game, time is a perception. And if we could get humankind to perceive it differently, we could all do different things with it.
speaking of time, it is 9:17.
I know. I'm watching.
We can go all the way up to 9:30, Melody. So we have time.
I figured we would, since we had the technical difficulties, we'd go a little longer.
That's also the reason why we do 30-minute break.
Yeah.
So that because we have more time to do it.
So, so you guys tie your ropes off to large boulders on the edge of the top of the mountain where you are. And the other group of you hear the rumble as you're getting closer to the mountain. In fact, you even feel the rumble from from the distance where you are.
We should hurry.
We should get out of here as soon as possible. Gotta find Smite and then book it.
Run away. It's my favorite strategy.
Yep. Excuse me. Should we all tie rope to each other so that we're all holding each other?
Wouldn't be a bad idea. That way, if something changed, at least you'd be connected.
Yep. Okay, gets my rope out and ties it to Esme.
Esma.
Esma. I always say it wrong, but yeah.
Esma
I
did-
also tied ropes to Asma.
Oh, I'm the point of the everything. Yay!
Oh God.
Plus, Esma loves rope, so she likes the feel of it. So she's like in her happy place right now. She's such a rope buddy. So she's like,
So that would mean if Esmond were to disappear,
bye everyone else.
Bye bye.
yeah.
So do we tie it out of Esma's wrist? Because that's my favorite spot. Well, not really, but it's one of my favorite spots.
How
Here,
are
one on each wrist.
Yay!
how,
I'm
how
gonna
are
take
you
you next.
walking? How are you walking? Are you walking single file? How are you walking?
And it goes like
I
this,
think-
and she walks this way. Da-da-da.
Single file, and I guess I'll take the point.
Okay.
So, does that mean Esma's in the middle between
Yeah.
the two of you?
Yep.
The way Esma likes it.
Yeah. So the three of you have tied yourself off, and the closer you get to the mountain, the stronger the rumbling is.
So is the rumbling like an animal rumbling, like a stomach rumbling, or is it like a weather rumbling, or we don't know?
It's like the mountain rumbling.
Ooh.
It's like there's something in the mountain causing the mountain to rumble.
The mountain's annoyed.
You know how this is such an illusion? Maybe if we get drunk or high, we'll actually see how everything really is. Do we have any of the mushrooms or stuff that Smite had?
Nope. Smite's got her pouch with her.
Well, Esma decides that she might need to be drunk to get see through everything, so she drinks out of the rum thing and tries to get as drunk as fast as she can.
You do have the flask of never-ending rum.
So she drinks as much as she can to get drunk as fast as she can.
Then I grab it from her and I drink as much as I can.
I don't drink.
She's smart. We're not.
Enya and Esma fall to the ground. That much high proof rum, you both pass out within a short amount of time.
And you're stuck with us.
And Jim is standing there tied to his two friends who are passed out on the ground as this mountain rumbles ahead of you.
You know what? I did break the cardinal rule. You never, when you're tied up, get drunk. So I deserve it.
So, but
I just look on incredulously and then untie the rope.
Smite and Blaze, give me perception checks.
My passive perception is 22.
What?
So yeah, I have observant
Ah,
and expertise in perception.
You see, although very small, you see three figures off in the distance. One is standing and two are laying flat on their faces.
It always lands
I
on her
mentioned
face.
this.
What?
I mentioned this to Smite.
Well, I got a 14, so I can kind of make out figures, right?
Yeah. Not as closely as Blaze can, but yeah.
I'm gonna say they're vaguely familiar, but it doesn't seem like there are a whole lot of humanoids here. Do you want to take a risk and see if they're friendly?
The last thing that came by that was humanoid was you, so hopefully they are. You
Well,
seem friendly enough.
Not really.
She is a tiefling. Although you have never met a tiefling before.
We're both lost, so.
One thing you do tell her is that the two that are flat on their faces don't seem to be moving.
That might not be good.
And Smite, the thing that automatically goes through your head is that could be your group given last night.
bunch of alcoholics.
Yeah.
They seem vaguely familiar. I don't have I don't have super bad vibes, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go check that out. I mean, either way,
It's getting
we're
knocked off
high.
this mountain if it gets up.
Yeah. It would be better to be on the ground if the mountain decided to move.
Again,
Go walk behind the
Yeah.
tree.
it's probably alive. It's probably.
So
A giant turtle or something.
Give me both of you give me dex checks to make sure you can make it safely down the mountain.
9 plus 2.
11.
14 total.
You have a bit easier time than Smite does, but you both make it.
I need to not drink so much. I need to drink more water.
It seems like only a few minutes, but you have no concept of time here. And you get slightly beyond the base of the mountain. And you do, in fact, see Jim standing there. And Esma and Enya laying flat on their faces. And oddly enough, they're all connected by rope.
Somehow this all checks out. Yeah. I don't even need to wonder if it's an illusion.
I
Ye-
take the vials from her pouch and I'm like, so one of these will get us back.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And so Blaze is standing there watching this little scene going.
What?
Yeah. I found this one in a cave, chilling with some kind of giant black pod scary thing that didn't, I don't know. It went.
Yeah.
But yeah, found this one. Seems okay. Don't trust his magic though.
Yeah, if you'd have stayed in that doorway one about 2 seconds longer than you did, you wouldn't have got out of the cave. At least you wouldn't have got out alive.
So I guess I force feed the go home vial to Anna and Esma.
And then did the three of you take some so you can go home too?
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Bottoms up.
Okay. The 5 of you have sips of the potion, which basically empties the bottle.
That's fine. I don't want to come back.
And,
Yeah.
and then oddly enough, what seems like a very long time, after what seemed like a very long time, you find yourself, the 3 of you are standing on the floor in tendrils. Those 2 are still flat on their face. And the rope is still connected.
Kendall,
Hi there.
good to see ya.
So they went and found you, did they?
They sure did. Yeah, I've been nicer places. The
Yeah.
shadow fell was pretty great.
Tiefling, I can understand that. But Limbo's not a place that you should visit very often.
Yeah, I think we were hiking on a mountain that was probably some kind of creature.
Yeah. I saw it. That's how I knew where to send them.
What?
Seemed a little possessed, just a little.
Does that mountain have a name?
Not that I know of.
Oh. Is it the only thing that stays the same in Limbo?
Pretty much.
Oh.
We
But
should
he-
name it.
But even it gets up and walks around every now and again.
I knew it. I knew it.
And there are things that live in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we met one of them.
Saw the arm.
Yeah, this is Blaze.
Oh, hi there.
Hi. Nice to meet you and not be in limbo anymore. Do I have you to thank for that?
Yeah.
Blaze
I-
immediately runs up and hugs him.
Okay. At this point, you feel the breeze in the room pick up a bit as the sun in the room starts going down a bit. This has literally taken you from Tyndall's time point of view. Just you going there and coming back took most of the afternoon. Oh, and Tyndall hands Smite her dagger.
Thanks. I missed that. I
It's,
still have one, but it's good to see you.
that and a divination potion is how I found where you were.
Of course you did, Tyndall. Tyndall, your tits.
Well, for they bought the plain potions for 100 gold, and I figured for that much money I could help them out. Plus, don't want my favorite tiefling to disappear for too long.
Thanks, Tyndall. We'll keep giving you gold. Just keep having the good stuff.
Oh, and Blaze, as you look around past and you see the grove and the sunshine and all that, you look around and you see just about every kind of magic item you can imagine. Tyndall, in fact, either has or can make almost anything.
Is this place heaven? Did I die?
No, because if you died, you could get it for free. I charged for it.
For free to die.
But you know,
Is anyone gonna help Esma and Enya to wake up?
I walk over and start smacking him.
Or is Kendall gonna recognize that we're on the ground sleeping?
They seem comfortable.
Esma is used to sleeping that way, honestly.
well, you
Tied
know,
up. She's used to sleeping tied up.
Yep.
the two of you are somewhat comfortably laying on your face in the edge of the grove. I don't whether you perceive this as comfortable, I don't know. But
No.
I just
Hopefully
kind
they
of
will.
dropped them there after kind of dragging them.
and you know,
So what type of rope is tied around Esma? Is it coconut rope?
no, it's just regular adventure rope.
Oh, that's not fun.
But squirrels are starting to come out of the grove and sort of walk around you and look at you and
I take the acorn out of my pocket and I put it in Esma's hair.
I love it.
the squirrel that dropped it on your head sees it and runs up Esma's back, grabs the acorn and disappears into the grove.
Did that wake Esma up at all?
Give me a perception check.
That's split in the middle. Let me redo it again. I mean, it was a nice roll, but okay. 18 plus 2, 20.
That does, in fact, because the squirrel basically runs up your spine.
Ooh.
However, you do not feel good when you wake up
That's okay. Esma's used to not waking up good, feeling good.
because you basically slammed half a flask of rum. So no, you don't feel good.
Oh, Esma's constitution. She drinks a lot of alcohol. It doesn't bother her any. So it's a Tuesday night for her.
And Smite goes, how many hangovers is this one gonna have in one couple of days' time?
I think the
Every day.
secret is to just be always drunk.
That is Esma's plan. Always to be drunk.
I can offer lesser restoration to cure any poisoning from your over drinking.
I'd appreciate that.
Let's
So
see. Do I successfully cast this spell without returning to the realm of chaos?
Immediately on your first spell, backfires, back to limbo.
I would suck.
Let me see it. You do.
Okay.
You cast it and you're still standing in Tyndall's up. And Esma feels better.
Esma says, thank you, and gives him a hug.
And I'm going,
It's like, anybody gonna wake up the cleric over there?
Esma says, yes, I'll play a song. So she starts playing a song right next to her, trying to wake her up with music.
Oh, I'll join in.
Yes,
Let's both
sing.
play.
Let's play.
and I reach up and I go, wham, and watch music.
We should
You,
see. We should become a band.
you, however, don't have the spell of lesser restoration. So you wake up with the worst headache you've had in a long time. It's like, this is almost as bad as the one you woke up with this morning.
Yeah,
I
two
cast.
in a row.
It's a two of us for a restoration spell.
What?
It's a domain. It's a domain spell for me right now.
Well, that's good.
So I
Yeah.
cast lesser restoration or whatever.
Lesser restoration on yourself.
Yes. I can do it as many times as I want because it's a domain.
So now you feel better. And everybody's looking at you going, why didn't you do that this morning when we needed you to do that? But
Because
I
she's the worst
hungover.
cleric ever.
I was too hungover.
too hungover to help yourself from being hungover.
She's a cleric that forgets that she's a cleric.
Yeah.
I've had days where I've been too hungover to help myself from being hungover, so
And at that point, you say goodbye to Tyndall and you walk back over to the bar
Fish Daddy!
to see your favorite bartender.
Fish Daddy! He is my favorite bartender.
You walk into the inn and you see a genie behind the bar.
Blink, blink, Blink,
As-
blink.
Esma runs up and says, "Did you miss me?"
Hey, Wish Daddy.
I wish Daddy.
So, is that a genie?
Yeah, that's my wish, Daddy.
That's a genie.
Esma says, "Did you get our gold?"
I did. Reaches under the counter and plops a small bag on the counter.
Esma squeals in delight and grabs it.
And
If we weren't all hungover, we should get a round of drinks, but I don't know if that's a good idea at this
Let's
point.
do
That's
it.
the two of us.
Okay.
Esma will drink until she falls to the ground again.
at this point, the bartenders are like, "What you guys look like you need is a room."
Yeah,
Yes.
let's get a room for 5 of us, one each.
That'll be 5 gold.
Esma gives him the 5 gold and says, "Here you go."
And the genie hands you all keys to your rooms.
The food here is pretty good, and Wish Daddy's a great bartender, so.
And he's not bad to look at.
Okay.
That genie physique, man.
Yeah.
And with that, that's where we'll end tonight.
Okay.
We'll end with Wish Daddy's rock hard abs.
Mhm.
Um, and Sunday after next, we will see what other kind of trouble this group gets into. Now
What trouble?
now
That's trouble never.
now that they have a new bard in the group.
My partner in crime. We can make beautiful ballads together.
Hopefully,
Flip
Oh.
a coin.
Oh dear.
Her character's been pretending to be a bard, I think, right?
Let's just say her bard performance consists of juggling fire and throwing knives at unsuspecting customers.
While she sings and dances.
So, there's risk of imminent death every time she performed. So you might want to be careful.
But
I
he doesn't
mean,
know that yet.
apparently, I risk transporting myself to the plane of Limbo every time I perform. So
you should carry one of those return home cushions with you.
A match
that's a
made
good
in heaven.
plan.
A compass
Symbol.
might not be a bad thing if you
Or some of
find one.
that potion to bring you back from Limbo.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But I hope
Zero zip and one file could last you at least 5 times at least.
I hope the people watching stuck with us, and as per usual, we had technical difficulties. I hope you enjoyed the part of the show that you were able to see, and like and subscribe, and come back next time and see how it goes generally. We have a podcast if you're into podcasts, and all of our older shows are on YouTube, so give those a look, and you can see the crazy progression of these characters from the beginning.
Please like and subscribe to help us out, and follow us on Twitch.
But if you see the progression, you might run away screaming, but that's okay too.
As long as you come back.
there, we have a Discord, so jump on our Discord, and if you can ask us questions, you can leave comments in the videos on YouTube. We're happy to answer your questions. We're happy to talk to you if you jump into Discord.
We also have a Twitter account and a Facebook account.
Yeah, we have, I think the only social media we don't have is an Instagram.
Yeah, and a
I think-
TikTok.
yeah,
And TikTok.
but I think we've got everything else, so
Yeah.
you can find us almost anywhere.
If you really want us to do a TikTok, we'll think about it.
One of you can do it.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'll pick
Yeah.
three scissors on whoever is the lucky one.
Remember,
I think the one who mentioned it is the lucky one.
whoever comes up with the idea has to be the one that does it.
Okay,
Oh.
but only if some loyal fan asks for it.
Okay, I'm
Well-
a loyal fan. I'll ask for it.
I don't think the players count as far as that.
That's because the players don't count.
We have,
Members of Fallen Dragons are disqualified from this promotion.
it has to be a loyal fan who's not one of us.
Okay, one of my loyal fans, best friend, please request TikTok.
Or I can
Don't
go,
be your friends either.
or I can call my brother tomorrow and have him do it.
She watches every episode, so
But
Don't driving your friends there, Tina.
but
That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
all
yeah, I love her.
What's her handle?
Blade Dragon probably. That's how come I named my character Blade. That
Shout out to Blade.
yeah, I love her.
and my brother, if you're still hanging around, you've been incredibly supportive, more than I could have imagined at this point. But
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
but I think that covers just about everything, doesn't it?
Yep. Next week is Esma's Beginnings, and I'm super excited.
Uh,
What
Jo-
time does it start?
same time,
10 times.
6.
Okay.
Josh, what did you think of our craziness now that you're stuck in it?
It was really entertaining.
Oh, good.
That's what we're going for.
I tell her you gotta watch episode 4 of Fallen Dragons. It's a hoot.
Uh,
Well, he should actually watch all of them, but yeah.
my goal as a DM is to take their plans and screw them up as much as possible
It makes it fun.
and see how they survive.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and good night.
Good night.